their profiles. And now when I'm doing Low Elo Legends, I'm trying to really look at the profile. Because I think the more you know about the player, the more interesting it makes the game. So this is 680 Elo for both. However, Andy3451 has played over 700 games. And then O has played 42. So my guess is O is a classic player because Teutons. O picked Teutons. Back when I was a kid, I thought Teutons was the best civ in the game. Why? Because what other civ gets capes? Yeah, that's right. Capes are epic. And also free murder holes. And some other things. So we have O in the blue playing as the Teutons. And then in the red, we have Andy3451 playing as the Britons. Again, this user has played 700 games. Has this user played 700 games to eventually get competitive enough to qualify for Hidden Cup 4? I don't think so. I think this user played 700 games the way Andy wanted to play 700 games. And it looks like the way Andy plays the 700 games is to kill all the sheep a bit away from the town center. All right, that's fair. Got the 3-house start going on as well. Good stuff. We got some waypoints being set with the scouting. Good, good, good. Andy does what Andy wants. Shouldn't we all aspire to just do what we feel like on any given day? Oh, God. No, we shouldn't. Because we shouldn't kill more than one sheep at the same time. Apart from that, yeah, that's a pretty good motto, I suppose. But that hurts to see. Blue. All right. 6 on sheep. As the opening should be. Sheep underneath the TC, 1 at a time for blue. So maybe blue is more of a player who, I don't know, has seen a few videos, seen a few build orders. Now 3 to wood. Maybe a 4th will come soon. I like it. I like it. I like it. Teutons do have a weakness. Teutons tend to struggle against civilizations that get a lot of archers in Castle Age. And that would be Britons. So I'll have to keep an eye out for that one. T90, have you seen Capture Age Preview? I have, yes. I have seen it, and I do have access to it. How bad is it actually? Did Spirit of the Law calculate how much you lose? It's especially like something you should avoid nowadays. If you know, it depends on the player, but it's especially something you should avoid if, like, as well as building mills far away from berries. I love Andy though. Andy just doesn't care what people think. Andy plays how Andy wants. But no, nowadays when command queue exists and you can just like hold shift and click the next sheep to line it up to move to the next one after you finish one, it's something that is more avoidable than ever, I suppose. But trust me, I don't know the exact numbers, but I'll be honest, I don't care about the numbers. I go by feel and I go by what I've seen when it happens, and it really does set you back.
Ready.
So if you can avoid it, if you can avoid the walking time, all those things, you should do it. But for a lot of people, it's something that, like, whatever difference it comes out to be, it's not a big deal for them in the end. But I feel like Andy's doing all the things that Low Elo Legends have ever done. Andy so far is like the ultimate Low Elo Legend. We have straggler trees being chopped, mills and lumber camps far away from resources.
Ready.
More than one sheep at a time. And picking Britons. But continuous production is very important, as someone just pointed out. Very good points. Blue had a little mishap, I think, with the production just because the boar was coming in. That's what I'm curious on. I'm really wondering if Andy's going to bring in a boar. Oh, wait.
Britton.
There's our answer. And the boar will be brought to the mill.
Ready.
Mandatum.
All right, I'd like to talk about something that maybe I don't bring up as frequently as I should in Low Elo Legends. I think
Yay, Grayton.
that if we were to get statistics from the people
Ready.
that play this game, watching on YouTube,
Yay.
I would say that more people probably lure their boars
Grayton.
this far out and next to mills
Mandatum.
than... And more people get housed and more people play like Andy than like Blue. Would you guys agree on that?
Yeah.
I feel like all the little things you try and do as you try and improve on age. Oh god, oh god, oh god. I guess this word "oh" is there, and he's gonna have to add God after this. Garrison, 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 garrison. Oh, weak villager. I just feel like a lot of people play the game like this, and I don't want people watching Low Elo Legends and like feeling down about themselves if I go, oh, that's not good, you know.
Yay.
It's not ideal, but Andy's keeping villas producing, and overall, it's not the worst. Like, if you don't have a build and you can't really care to learn that, what's the one thing you want to do? It's keep villagers producing at all times, and they've both accomplished this, while one seems to be sticking to a bit of a build order, and the other's not. Thanks to Low Elo Legends, I just took the step and played my first online game. Thanks. Type a 1 in chat if that was also you at any point throughout the last 9 months. That's the one thing I'm probably the most proud of with Low Elo Legends. Not that it entertained people, but that a lot of people started to play online because of it. All of you? I feel like people are exaggerating. I don't know if that's the case, but that's really cool. I get nervous to play online. I'm too much of a tryhard, says Riot Act. That's fair.
Mandatum?
I feel like a lot of people get nervous as well. Yeah, I played a lot of games online, and the only game that has given me like crazy amounts of anxiety when I like first started playing ranked was Age.
Ready.
I don't know what it is. I think there's so much that's unknown. Whereas with like other games, you have like a general grasp on what you should do, but you might not be able to do it. With Age, it's like, oh god, like there's thousands of factors here. It always depends. What is this? A mill. Okay, I actually really like this. You might think, well, you know, he's got to invest into the mill, and then that's villager time wasted out there. But no, I really like the idea of milling deer. I think you should mill deer more frequently to the people watching, instead of trying to be a pro and push in the deer. So 30 villagers for blue. And, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I was going to say that doesn't make sense. No, it's 20. I thought it was a 3 for a second. My little brother is really good, but he gets so triggered when he loses, so he doesn't play ranked 11. I feel like that's a lot of people. Yep, I think it is as well. Like, it's good to have... Like, some people just can't work past that, right? So you have to know how you are as a person. So if you're the type of person who it's like, it takes such a toll on you, it's not worth it, then just, you know, don't put yourself in that situation as much. For me, I'm someone who can have quite a bit of anxiety. So it depends on the day for me, how I feel and react to situations in Age. I also have a great deal of experience now, so I've like kind of worked past some more like tilty years. Oh, a tower from Andy. Okay. And, you know, I have a lot of experience, and also helps that my level is higher now, but it's almost like the more you know, the more you can find things to get frustrated with. So, Andy's going fast castle. 1 villager on stone. This is a decent FC time. I don't think that Andy's going to be able to accomplish much with being in Castle Age, but the tower protects the wood and the gold. We'll recover the stone, invest in the tower soon. Whereas blue is still in feudal, creating villagers. What's my elo? 2k is my elo. And now we got stone walls. So problem with trying to wall Arabia is that it's very open. And it's like, if they attack you at all, you're probably going to have villagers exposed. But that's only a problem if Red's going to do anything offensive. I struggle to think that Red's going to do that. I say that as Red's building another defensive tower. On berries. I found it very difficult to go above 1400s. Yeah, I mean, I've seen 1300s play recently, and I was shocked at how good they are.
Ready.
And then, like, you know, for there still to be a 700 elo gap between what I saw on myself is just, like, there's so many... I'll get around to doing it one day, but an idea I have is to have a bit of a series. I don't know what we'd call it. But if we had, let's say, you start at 800 elo, okay? An 800 elo player plays against an 800 elo player. We cast the game. Then, the winner of that plays against a 1000 elo player. Cast the game. Then 1000 elo player plays against 1200 elo player. Then 1200, 1400, 1400, 1600, 1600, 1800, 1800, 2K, 2K, 2K2, and then you do 2K2, 2K4, or basically like top 20-ish. And so in those games, the higher elo player would probably always win, with the exception of maybe the 2K versus the 2K2. Because I feel like using my own games as experience, I probably lose 8 out of every 10 games against 2K2s. But I can win like 1 or 2 there. But anyways, you can just compare the differences in decision making. So Andy just wants to play defensive with a few towers and boom, I guess. I do have some concerns though, because I don't think Andy... Sorry, we don't have any like fancy overlay here to really tell. I don't think Andy has good eco upgrades at all. Like, I'm not even sure horse color's in, so these farms might not last long. Losing will be embarrassing. Well, you'd have, if you're going to participate in that, you kind of go into it knowing you're going to get smashed, right? Oh no, horse color's in. Okay, that's good. So 2 TCs, cheap Briton TCs. Maybe keep a few villagers on stone for defensive towers. I'm not a very experienced guy when it comes to StarCraft. Can you guys tell me if I'm correct on this? Doesn't StarCraft have something similar to a tower? And isn't it a bit more common to go defensive towers in StarCraft? Again, I could be way off base here. I am undefeated in StarCraft. I've only ever played 2 games. And I've won both. So, best StarCraft player in the world confirmed. Yay. Cannon rush. Wait, it's a rush though? It's not defensive? Or could it be either? Turrets. Ah, that's what it is. Turret. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. I remember. It can be either. Gotcha. All right. Fair enough. Thanks. So later Castle Age for blue, but blue's going to be able to accomplish something with it. Red's on 2 TCs though, and will continue to extend the build lead. So overall, I don't hate it for Andy. I feel like Andy wants to make 1 unit and 1 unit only, and that is the longbow. Already on stone. Another TC on stone. Oh yeah. Andy likes longbows. Andy wants longbowmen. What elo do you think people that beat extreme AI are? 1,000? I think I've had 1,000 elo people say they beat the extreme AI in 1v1. I'm 1,200 and I can beat extreme. Yeah, just say 1,100 beat extreme, okay?
Mandatum. Yay.
If you've beat the extreme AI in a 1v1, say what your elo is right now. 1,000 elo can't do it. I already beat it and I'm around 1,000. Yeah, I think it's around 1,000. This question has been asked before. Man at arms now. What? What? Man at arms? Andy? Andy. Why are we going man at arms? What have we seen? Actually, we've seen very little. I like how they both have the scouts protect. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is that wall? That is that is so many palisades. Holy cow. And it's like you got stone walls on the left side, but oh, the golden stone's forward, so we got a palisade wall that one. I guess maybe he doesn't want to use that much stone. I'm 1,500-ish on HD and can do it, but was told here now that may translate to around 1,100 on DE. Yeah. If you're a 1,500 on HD, you're probably like 1,000 or 1,100 on DE. Second TC for blue. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Truthfully, the hills make it awkward, but I'd like to see it next to a resource. Wow, big Vil lead for Andy. Like, massive Vil lead. So yeah, his strat was just go castle, play defensive, and get a bunch of TCs up. And I suppose it's a decent strat at an elo where players aren't very aggressive, right? That's no joke. Second barracks now for Andy, though.
Yay.
Why the man-at-arms? Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, in the 2v2 World Cup, there's going to be some stacked teams. And keep in mind, in the 2v2 World Cup, that there can be more than one team from each country, right? So someone talking about Brazil in Twitch chat right now, like Brazil could have like 3 or 4 solid teams. I think the best team from Brazil is probably going to be Miguel Dogal. And I know they're really motivated for it too, but
Britons.
there's going to be so many solid teams for the 2v2 World Cup. Why do you hate Doubt and exclude him from the tournament? Much love. Hey, listen. I can't help the fact that the second best Serbian player is probably 1200 elo. I can't do anything about that. That's on Doubt. You know, he's been around for 20 years. He didn't recruit anybody? Come on. I mean, it would be really funny for Doubt to sign up with the second strongest player in Serbia. I don't know what that ends up being, truthfully. Like, what if they took a couple games, you know? Worst case scenario, they go to the Silver League. Because the teams that don't make it to the main league. No way! 700 games, no loom, woo 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 woo. Lion kills a villager. 700 games, no loom. No loom boom. Alright, but another villager will go over there. That's like... never mind. So we've got... I think this is the army of options from Andy. I thought Andy wanted longbows, but no, Andy's made man-at-arms. Andy's making skirms. Andy teched into pikemen. And is also getting scale barding. So Andy's just going to make the AI army comp and just a little bit of everything. Meanwhile, Teutons over here. And 2 TCs. 48 villagers versus 56. We've got ourselves a close game. We've got ourselves a close game. Now, what unit do Teutons have that's very good against trash units and against, like, mixed army comps? Teutonic Knights. And Blue has only played 40 games. My guess is Blue is, like, on the newer side, has recently returned to the game, and loves Teutons. And they're Teutonic Knights. So we might see, as there's already one castle there, and soon to be a second, Teutonic Knights, and Blue is on the way to Imp. Now, Britons should probably go full ARBs against Teutons. Only gets really dangerous when Teutons get, like, Siege Onager, Bombard Cannon. Really tough to get to that, though. I don't think you should be going trash unless you have to go trash. But who am I kidding? Andy's like, I'm not going to scout. I don't know what he's going to do. I just got to make a lot of stuff and hope that my stuff beats his stuff. No imp for Andy because Andy's investing in so much military. And upgrades, too. Andy's got defense upgrades on the skirms, on the man-at-arms, on any knights that might come out, and knights are coming out. And now we've got a TC over here. So side base, 1 villager on the right. Side base, 1 villager on the left. There's a theme here. Coctopus. Why did I say that? Thank you.
I didn't get into the free for all
Not you, Varian.
thing. What world is this? Who am I? Who did I anger at Microsoft? This is an outrage. I demand satisfaction. Come fight me, Billy Gates.
Listen, Varian. Microsoft came to me. They said, listen, we need some people from your community to participate in this weekend event. We want the nicest people we can find. We want the least competitive people we can find because we just want this to be a good experience. And you know who was at the top of my list? You. I said, listen, this guy, he's nothing but a stand-up guy. He's one of the nicest players. He'll never create drama within Discord or Twitch chats. And he never loses his kings. And they were like, really? Doesn't sound like the type of person we want. So, for whatever reason, I don't know if they checked into you. But I'm sorry, you'll not be there on Saturday. Thank you for the $5 though. But anyways, a user named Coctopus in the Twitch chat says said a bunch of nice words and basically said that he or she really likes the content. So thank you for that. I take that more as an insult than anything because of how weird your username is. I feel like if someone who names themselves that really likes my content, I might be doing something wrong, but a compliment's a compliment. Thank you. I did see that he just killed all the deer. Yeah. So 79 villagers for red, 25 on food. Blue is dropping another castle. Look how much food Blue is banked right now. This is crazy. Remember, 42 games against 700 games played. So O is new, like many people in Twitch chat always are. Dwarf D, hello. It's been a hot minute. Hope everything's good. Thank you for the 7 months.
It's okay, Vorian. You can still be my huckleberry anytime.
That's not weird at all. Thanks, Farland. We have seen 1 unit die in this game, and I forget what it was already. Does anyone remember? Is that a scout? Like red scout, maybe? Did it run in here and die recently? I think that must have been it. No, it's not. Oh, the villager to the lion. Oh, God. Town bell. Oh, I can't. 700 games still ringing the town bell. Listen, guys. Play how you want to play. But the town bell thing will forever be really bad. Like, all of these villagers went idle during that. Scout's still out here, but I guess red. This is intense, you know? The good thing about the town bell is it shows that everyone in the town is on the same page. You know, it's tough to have everyone in a large economy like this thinking along the same lines. That's an auto scout as well. And there it goes. It's free. I think it's auto scout, right? Should be. Yep, Blue's auto scouting. Town bell? Town bell? Ding. Dead. Score is, we're not the score, but 1 kill now for red. Of course, he still had that loss earlier.
Why you know I envy Vorian. Ooh.
Xingji, thank you. So you're telling me I'm making money now on the fact that Varian wasn't invited? Thanks, Microsoft. Thanks, DE. Optics, thank you for the 1 viewer host. Stream would not have been as good today if it wasn't for that.
Farland is the only glimmer of light in this cold, dead world.
What?
Also, I just wanna say that as sad as I am that I didn't get in, I'm even more happy that Dave didn't. Get wrecked, Dave.
That is true. Dave also didn't get in. I didn't even know I was playing until yesterday. What is this?
Vorian loves Vorian. Vorian adores Vorian. Vorian has special feelings about Vorian.
I don't think that's Varian.
Yeah, loves Vorian. Pepega.
Guys, you realize you can use the chat, you know? Just go at whoever you want to talk to and just, you know, have a conversation. I appreciate it. And salmon is an expensive thing to have for dinner frequently, as I do, but just talk to each other. Look at all the text coming in for red now after getting to the Imperial Age. We've got leather archer armor, forging, fletching. But don't talk to me. Hi, puppy saturation. Hi, Ringo.
Yay?
Oh, you can talk to me. That's fair. More villagers still for Andy, the most experienced player. I'm concerned for Blue because while Blue has the stables, I don't think Blue has a lot of armor or attack upgrades. And wow, getting Paladin. Well, Paladin also should shred a group army comp.
Haha, I'm Vorian. Look at me, just being Vorian all over the place. Lol Vorian, Vorian, Vorian.
Thank you, Varian, for the 5. You're awesome. Trebs from Andy now. Will Blue have Paladin numbers? I guess the upgrades are currently coming in. So, Blast Furnace, then Armor. That final armor upgrade's the real kicker, though. You gotta get plate barding here. Lots of castles for red and a lot of map control for red. I am surprised that there hasn't even been a monastery built yet by red. Blue's got 2 relics at least. but has not scouted the other ones on the left side. I think blue is completely surrounded. Come out with your hands up! Or come out with your paladins unupgraded. What are these unique texts? Is that werewolf? Or is that yeoman? Think about it. You've got 7 arps, 7 cavalier. There's the only things that would even be close to damaging the cav. Blue's gonna win this fight whenever it happens. He might lose a castle or two, but if blue engages with numbers, he's gonna destroy. But he's gotta make military. First, ballistics, masonry, siege engineers, and chemistry needs to come in. I know this might not mean a lot coming from me, but really nice farms, blue. But I feel like you're putting too much focus on the farm placement and not enough on creating military. It's kind of weird when the Briton player is getting the final armor upgrade for Cavs before the Teuton player.
Go T90, go.
But Andy not trickle trebbing. We'll say surprise, and this might mean that blue engages before he really wanted to. What is happening, Varyan?
Mental pain is less dramatic than physical pain, but it is more common and also more hard to bear. The frequent attempt to conceal mental pain increases the burden. It is easier to say my tooth is aching than to say my heart.
What? What is happening right now? Thank you, I guess. Okay. Paladin is in. Plate Barding on the way. Again, blue's army comp is way better. Even if he's got 12 units, it's way better. Okay, maybe that's an exaggeration. Needs a bit more than that. Plate Barding also takes some time, so that's only halfway in. And this is kind of what I thought would happen. That blue would really want to take out the siege, so he'd dive in earlier than he would have wanted to, I think. But one trebuchet's gone down. More paladins will be on the way. Now, red, after seeing that, should instantly go for more barracks and add in halberdier. But red is... I wish we had the capture age program to show you. He's got 11 longbows, 5 longswordsmen, 14 skirmishers, 14 cav, 2 mangonels, 5 trebs. It's just so random. It's a little bit of everything. But straight up paladins with upgrades should destroy that. Yeah, it's an AI army comp. Exactly. Well, it's hard to counter that. Like, what unit... If someone makes 5 different units, you need 5 different units to counter it, right? That's probably the logic. Oh, man. These paladins are going to wreck. The only thing is, though, blue is... He doesn't have much map control, and he doesn't have any siege. So I think that's the worry. Oh my, what the? He must have Warwolf. Did you see that? Those villagers had gold in their hands, and they were looking to take it back home. And they just got yeeted. Patience from blue is stellar, though.
D90, my heart goes on and on. I can't live without your streams. Since I confessed my love to you, can you help me get in contact with Microsoft so I can write an angry letter to them for excluding me?
Nope, can't do that. Okay, blue has trebs, but blue will lose the trebs. These paladins have full upgrades. If blue just patrols in, it feels like so many of his units aren't fighting right now. But he'll destroy red. Red, you've got to commit. A while ago, red had more military, but he's just clicking different buttons. He's a button masher. And look at the score now. 14 units. That's the number that red has killed in this game. 14. And yes, he needs to 14, but not in that way. He needs to start the game already. This is brutal. This should just be GG. I mean, if blue really wants to make sure he wins this, wait for trebs to come behind. I mean, I would raid. But yeah, just wait for trebs and then take out the castles as your paladins are killing all the units. I'm not yet convinced that red isn't going to figure this out, because red does still have decent eco, and he's getting tons of upgrades. Also, blue's the same elo, so blue's inexperienced compared to red.
Dad, did you get a haircut? No, I got them all cut. My wife is really mad at the fact that I have no sense of direction. So I packed up my stuff and right. How do you get a squirrel to like?
How do you get a squirrel to like you? Act like a nut. Guys, I'm looking at my notifications right now. And if you were to believe the name on the donors, you would believe that Varian is a very generous person. More generous than you would have ever previously thought. Thank you, Varian. PogChamps in chat for Varian for being very supportive of the channel today. Halberdier is on the way for red. Blue's just got to push. It was a bit of a mistake to move out with the Trebs that early. Also, he needs houses. Scouts? No! He's queued up 50 scouts with Teutons. 50 scouts with Teutons. Now, the worst thing about that is, remember, Teutons don't get light cav. One of the few civs that do not get light cav. What I could see happening here is he is going to want more paladins, but he only has 5 stables. So he's going to queue the paladins behind the scouts. So the timing is really important here. If red doesn't get lots of halberdiers out soon, he could be fine. Remember, 2 relics for blue, who actually could get a 3rd here. Is anyone else surprised a guy who has played 700 games doesn't get relics? I mean, I know Leary didn't get relics until this year, and he's been playing for a while, but still. 700 games and no relics is a big surprise. Especially at lower elos, because I feel like lower elos get relics really early. Scouts on the front line. What?
Dark Knight knows what full moon requires when all your love my heart acquires. Celestial bodies no more faded, life makes sound. Silence invaded.
Real Varian donated $100. Well, again, thank you, Varian, and thank you, Chewy and Mike, for the prime. Guys, I don't understand what's happening. There's Teuton scouts on the field. It is Varian. It isn't Varian. Very confused. Thank you, I guess. That must be Varian. Yeah. The more salty the donor sounds, the more Varian it is. So that's got to be him. Can blue finish off red here? I would say blue coming into this game was the underdog. Only played 40 games on DE, also 600-ish elo. I think 680. And red has played 700 games, 680 elo as well. But guys, I think this is a game where you're going to learn the power of streamlining gold units. Like, just making a mix of units is normally bad against either all in, like all Arbalest or all Paladin, because of the absolute strength of those things. Like, think about what happens when you mix a comp. Let's just use skirmishers, an army of 20 skirmishers and 20 halbs as an example. And then someone goes Paladin. Well, half of that army is pretty much useless, right? The skirmishers are useless against the cav. Flip that the other way around. Someone goes full arb. The halbs are useless there. So, like, picking a strong gold comp and sticking with it, and then contributing, like, mixing in trash with that is normally the best way to go. So something like halberdier and arbalest, or skirmishers and paladins. Red's defending nicely with the trebs, I will say that. And it is 92 villagers for both on the dot, and then, you know, blue seems like he's in the better position, but he's stalled out now. I'd say the best thing that blue can do to improve from this point is not be afraid to attack. I would agree with you on that. Yep. Also, like, blue in general, if he could just improve his uptimes a little bit. His castle each time was really late. But yeah, blue's got some real potential here. Like, look at the amount of eco. Also the Q. Like, how many players at 680 elo only make 2 or 3 of each building? He's got 5 at least. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. There's a player with 2,400 1v1s and his 1,000 elo. 2,400 1v1s. Woof. That's wild. I feel like blue just needs to break into red's eco and the game's over, but it's not happening. I think he's going to go... Oh, wait a second. He's going to go for the pincer maneuver. He's going to raid red. And then right after he goes in with the raid, or at the same time, he's going to push for... What?
Hi, T90. I was the imposter. Sorry to Vorian for ruining his salty reputation. Hashtag Among Us, hashtag Kappa.
What? Okay, as a streamer, you know what's really weird? Like, it's never, wow, I work really hard and do a great thing, and then boom, dono bombs. No, it's like during one of the weirdest games. Like, currently we have someone who's refused to make halberdiers up until now against paladins. That's where the dono bombs come in. it's like at the weirdest times. Well, thank you guys very much. I'm really curious now. I mean, that's a lot of halberdiers. And red's got a lot in the queue. Well, blue, remember he's got that force on the left side, and will he use it? Because he's only made cav. He's got scouts queued up after this, which isn't a great sign. I don't know what I'm having for dinner tonight. Might need to change my plans a little bit. See, Teuton Paladins, we talked about them earlier in the stream. They're actually amazing because of the melee armor. So against halbs, they're better than a lot of other paladins would be. But what I'd love to see here is mixing in some form of infantry against the halbs if you're Teutons. Blue, did he forget? Did he forget about it? Whoa, what is this?
Mandatum?
Hey, ja?
Wait a second. 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 So, I'm trying to get into the mind of the player, right? Get into the mind of the Lel. I think, seeing as the stone is so high... What?! Guys! I genuinely...
Low Elo Legends. 600 Elo gang for life. Type 1 in chat if you're below 1000 Elo. Don't lie, I know.
Alright, type 1 in chat if you're below 1000 Elo. Don't lie. I feel so undeserving. Thank you very, very much. Holy cow. Thank you, Jekka. And I think we're going to see a castle drop here. I think it's going to be like big attack and then castle drop in the back of red's base. Meanwhile, blue's only making scouts against halbs. He would have to buy that stone because there's no stone remaining to mine. Cute little houses back here. Teuton scouts. T90, what would count as high elo in your opinion? What the? Oh my god! Oh my god! 10 stables! He's got 5 at his base. And that's enough, right? You know, like, that's enough to have killed a few castles and be in your current position. But if 5 brought you this far, what if you go for 10? And what's so brilliant about this is that red has, like, everything scouted, right? He knows that this hill's a threat. He's got the right side. He's got the vision there. The left side. He's got the vision there. But I guess he didn't spot, well, clearly he didn't spot that, oh, it has snuck the stables. And what's great about this whole game, if you get let's say blue comes in with 1,000,000 scouts in a second. What do you think red's reaction is going to be? What's he going to say to himself? He's going to say, oh, ... Yeah, he's going to say, oh. Oh. Yeah, he's going to ring the bell, but he's going to ring the bell because he said, oh. And that's exactly what blue's name is. In the other room, my girlfriends have, like, she's got, like, some important call for school. And I'm just like, oh, there's the stables in the corner. It's like night and day difference between what we do. It's so funny. Like, I'm just screaming about some below average guy on an online game. And she's having an important call. But it's still Teuton Scouts. Like, Teuton Scouts is such a bad option here. He's got about to have 10,000 food. So, 1,000 food per stable. Okay, do the math on this. How much is a scout? You can queue up 15 per stable. So 15, what is it, 80 food per scout? 15, hold on. I need a calculator here. Calculator. Screw you, third grade teacher who said I would never have a calculator with me at all times. Look at me now. I've got a phone. 15 times 80 equals 1,200. So 1,200 times 10. So that's about, if you do the math, it's close. He could put all the food he has into these stables. But guys, Paladin, it's not going to be many available. Scouts are so bad. Okay, we might get to a situation where Red loses all of his economy, but Blue does not have the army to kill the trebuchets and the halberdiers. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this right now. I'm so excited. Guys, the stables just look perfect. And here we go. Red's point of view. He's pushing. He thinks he's going to win. Like, we've got this. Oh. 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 Here it is. 190 pot for both, which is something else when they're only 1 hour and 8 minutes in. 680 elo. I have to say, very impressive. Not so impressive from Blue to lose his trebs against Werewolf. Now keep an eye on the Vil count for Red. I know I said bad things about the bell earlier. Yeah, ring the bell. Oh my god. This is crazy, but again, it doesn't solve Blue's problem of having to deal with Red's main force. Now, what Blue could do is, if the attack's strong enough, Red will have to come home, which is happening. And then he could maybe run out here and snipe the trebuchets or something. Well, if he had siege, you know, he could take out the buildings, but Blue and his lack of gold is going to be a real problem soon. I mean, Blue could make endless scouts. We have seen 80 farms, Khmer Hussar raids. Have we ever seen 12,000 food Teuton scout raid? This is a first for me. I have never seen this. Oh my god! Pick a different civ, bro. Pick a different civ. Like, why Teutons? If you're gonna do this, don't do it with the only civ that doesn't get freaking light cap. This is ridiculous. And they're killing Cavalier. And the thing is, Red's just gonna get so dizzy now, because he's gonna say, "Oh, I've got to deal with this," and then watch. Wait for it. He's a bit on the slower side, right? All right, got to react to it. Now we're gonna send our halberdiers forward, backing up the trebs. That's scary. Okay, now Blue should just go whoop and run right in with the next batch. The stables will win Blue the game. He's just going to slowly starve Red out. At least I believe so. Big thing for Blue is he's got to take out the trebuchets, because he's not going to fight all that well with scouts against the halbs, as you can clearly see there. Oh god, no, stop doing this, man. He must not know Werewolf is a thing, because Werewolf is such an incredible tech for Briton trebs. Gives them 100% accuracy. I'm not, like, I also feel like Red's gonna die, but at the same time, if Red just keeps halbs here and pushes forward with the trebs, Blue will lose all of his eco. Like, there's no way scouts have a chance against this.
Yeah.
Someone said Red seems to be rebooming. No. I mean, he's got, because he rang the bell, these villagers are still not working. These villagers are still not working. So unless rebooming means massive amounts of idols, then no. And here he comes again! The maximum amount you can group up. 60 scouts. And he's gonna attack the castle with scouts! He has no chill. And Red's gonna repair it. Because what do you do when you're losing a castle? You repair it, you know, obviously. And at the same time, Red's trying to push. Now, I guess Teuton Castles. I don't know if he has crenellations. Oh, God. He doesn't have any upgrades. Except for chemistry. So, yeah. Those trebs will go down for blue. Murder holes. This is why we research murder holes, boys and girls. Very important technology. Make sure you research it first thing in Castle Age. How much damage is the scout doing to the castle? Is that 1? Or is it like 2? Like, it doesn't look like it's doing... I think it's 1 damage a hit. It's alright. He only needs about 1,000 more scouts and he can do it. Oh my god. Also, I don't know if blue's gonna, like, factor in the score. But if he's factoring in the score, he might see this and get disheartened. That's why it was so important to get the trebs. Ding, 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 ding. He needs to get that treb. Crenellations. Good time to get that, I suppose. That'll give the castles more range. Also, I saw Halberdier. What the... Whoa, in the right corner, he's got barracks. Here are the scouts. Blue is obviously very distracted. He'll get one of the trebs, but I think the other... Oh, no, he might not even get this one. Oh! Got it. Honestly, halbs are really good, but Town Bell, no. No, 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 no. Unring it. Like, halb is good because you're just matching the opponent's halb, and Teutons do still have that melee armor for free, so I think this could work. You know, and then just get back to raiding at some point. But maybe don't attack the castle next time. Just, like, you know, attack economy. 123 population for O. 69 population for Andy. Again, O, 42 games. 680 elo. Andy, 700 plus games. 680 elo. So, yeah. Go pointy boy versus pointy boy. It's actually the play. That, or I guess you could add skirms here, but Teuton skirms aren't all that good. 53 military versus 8. I think Red's dead now.
Mandatum.
He's dead, and there's no redemption.
Greeting.
Like how he refreshes the lumber camp. But, you know, no... Okay, he's adding more vills. All right, desperation time has arrived. So, 20 on food. What is that? There's a TC there. Blue is queuing up scouts. I don't know if, like, these villagers have been here for a while and blue still hasn't attacked them. Like, red would have to reboom for a long time, and he would have to make arbs now. Like, Arb Halberdier would do it. He's got golden wood, so considering he has what I believe is full upgrades on the arbs too. Actually, wait a second. No, he had arbalest. Never mind. Red. I guess he doesn't know that there's stables over here. And surprise! It's not supplies anymore. It's surprise! Teuton scouts. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Ding, 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 ding.
Yay.
Time for dinner, kids. Time to go home. 58 pop for Andy, who somehow still has the score lead. Probably because of the text, actually. And now the now the scouts are gonna attack the TC. So dumb.
Hey, sir.
So dumb. Look at his queue. Full scouts and then one treb. Like, oh, I looked at his profile and he picks a lot of Teutons. So something tells me this isn't the first time. I just don't know. Like, Teutons for the paladin is fair, and the cheap farms, it's fair. The castle, free murder holes, you know, that's all well and good. But, like, go for any other paladins if this part of the game should be better. The TC will go down pretty quickly because there's only a few villagers in there. Here comes red with a few halbs. I hope that blue takes out the TC first. Oh, no. Oh, but another raid! Well, those scouts are gonna die now. So that's sad to see. But these villagers are also gonna die. You know, the scouts are dying, and that's expected. That's been expected. Blue is more queued, and now we have the main push. And yeah, this was honestly really well played from Blue with how he controlled the fights. Like, how many times do we watch competitive games and talk about, like, controlling the fights and making the other person react? Props to Blue for this. Like, unit composition's hilarious, and you could probably think of a better game plan next time, but hey, mobility's still mobility. I don't see this at 1,000 elo. Too many people at 1,000 elo sit back when they should just use mobility. And, you know, maybe it has something to do with the sneak buildings. It makes it easier to pull off. Except the part where Blue had 20 paladins hiding in the corner. Listen, he had to protect the area. Do you not see how smart this player is? He didn't forget about the army. He had to protect it. Because without that corner, he knew he couldn't win the game. Ting, 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 ting. Let's get some ting tings in chat. Villagers going down. TC will go down. We can't see spec chat. That's sad. Because I don't know what type of person Red is. Maybe he'd be a bit frustrated with this. Like, I can see the Reddit post now. How to beat Teuton scouts. They seem really strong. I couldn't beat them. And then someone's like, well, what did you make? I made halberdiers. And it's like, can you imagine putting that on paper? Yeah, I made halberdiers against Teuton scouts and imp. I had full upgrades, and so did he. I couldn't win. He kept destroying my town centers with Teuton scouts and halberdiers. Don't understand. That's why, like, it's so tough to give advice in age, because it really depends on how the game goes. But also, Red didn't give himself any favors with, like, early imp. The reason Blue could take control is because he made an AI army comp, which got stomped, and then he was immediately on the back foot. So his decision to make halbs was a good decision. But it was too late, and he should have had, like, Arb halb prepped. Instead of skirmishers, longswords, cavalier. But that's a hard lesson to learn. I feel like the reason people go for the mixed army comps is because they die to it sometimes, because they don't commit. So, I mean, Andy's played 700 games. He's here to stay, guys. Don't expect the GG anytime soon. He might also feel like he's being flexed on a bit. But nothing from Blue in this game makes me feel like he's, like, smurfing, you know? He knows how to hold shift. I'll tell you that much. He groups up buildings, clicks, and holds shift. And still no loom, by the way? Who doesn't have loom? Red? What? 700 games, no loom. It's not like his 50th game. 700 games. Which is worse, Teuton scouts or Spanish archers? Spanish archers, definitely. Like, scouts, they still get full upgrades, and with Teutons, you get the free melee armor. So the scouts aren't as bad. Like, it's pretty silly, but it's not that bad. There are some situations where you probably should be making it. Whereas, like, the archers, what's an archer have? 30 HP? So, gets stomped by anything. Spanish archers do get full upgrades. It's fair. That's fair. But you can't use mobility like you can with scouts. It's still a gold unit. Scouts are not, so. Yeah, that's just my take on the question. What wins? 1,000 Spanish archers or 1,000 Teuton scouts? All right. Go ahead. Somebody test that one for me. They also don't get the speed upgrade, which is actually fairly important. That's true. That's true. They can still outrun archers, though. I think Red is a 63-year-old dude who's still new to the internet and has no idea of meta. 63 years old. New to the internet. Let's take a look at how new to the internet this person is. New to the internet. Has played 706 games since March of 2020. I mean, maybe it's the only thing that Andy does. But I don't know how new Red is. I do like the idea of there being like, you know, like everyone sees gaming as something for people who are mid-30s and below, you know? Older than that, nah, you can't be a gamer. You know, like, I can't say everyone. I can't speak for people, but I feel like, you know, it's an unspoken thing. And that's why I like Fat Slob so much. That's part of the reason I like Fat Slob so much. He's played the game for 15 to 20 years, and his profile says he's like late 60s, which is amazing. Like, so I imagine there's a lot of people who play Age, oh, and Doubt, of course, who just like play their way, and they know they're not going to improve, but they really enjoy the game. So, like, I think you'd have to look at Fat Slob's Voobly profile as Red repairs his TC and will add a farm, so he's rebooming. I think 2 years ago, the birth date, excuse me, on Fat Slob's profile said he was 69. So according to the profile, he's 71 or something. But when Fat Slob commented on that, he said he is on the older side, but he's not quite as old as his profile would suggest.
Hey, sir.
Hey, Blue, where are the scouts at, buddy? We're waiting for one bombard cannon. What if Red comes back from this? There's no way, right? I mean, he is adding more vills. He is adding more farmers. I use the term rebooming loosely here. Also, it's 4 relics for Blue. So, Red didn't even get a relic. Maybe Red is... If we've got the age down, maybe he also is... he's like a 63-year-old atheist. He refuses to make a monk.
Yay.
He refuses to believe in a higher power. Yeah, Blue could sell wood for gold. He could do a lot. But I think Blue at this point just wants to go for one final push. Comes back from this. Have you seen their resources? My favorite viewer. That's really creative, by the way. Because anytime I respond to you, I have to call you my favorite viewer. But my favorite viewer, if you would have been around throughout the day today, there was a game which one player should have never, ever won. 6,000 score behind, and the comeback happened. So I refuse to believe that someone at 680 elo cannot throw this from Blue's position. I refuse. Yeah, lots of good games today. We also have had, like, in general, we've had some really good ones on streams. Community games, I think Friday we had like 2 that are classics for YouTube. I mean, one of which was classic because I told the story, but whatever. Okay, we've got scouts being created now. Red sent Halbs over to this corner. 117 military for O. How long ago did that happen? I'll tell you, I mean, I kind of don't want to spoil it, though. It happened in one of the games, but I don't want to say which one because it might spoil it for people who watch it later. All right, chat's already spoiling it. It had pickles in it, that's all I'll say. Just make sure there aren't any kids watching. Now people are really confused. Like, wait, what? Okay, so we've got 3 trips, paladins, halberdiers, and 2 bombard cannons. Tink, tink, tink. We should make a Christmas rendition of this fight, and it would be Tinkle Bells. Was that bad? Yeah, it was pretty bad. I'm sorry. But there's nothing else to talk about because Red is dying to Tinks and Scouts. This is game over. What? Did I do that? Oh my god. Andy paused the game, and then it says, oh, unpaused it. Wait a second. Have you ever played against a player who's losing and then tries to pause? I need to know if they're talking to each other, DE. I remember when I was brand new. Is Red AFKing now? Okay, so he's 63 years old. He's an atheist and he gets salty. I think he's AFK. I think he's tilted. He's not doing anything. So I think he tried to pause, hoping that Blue wouldn't know how to unpause. Wow. But yeah, back when I was I started the game, someone paused it, I didn't know what to do. So I resigned. I quit the game. I didn't know that you could press F3 to unpause it. So maybe he was trying that technique. Well, we have to watch someone be defeated now. Defeated by halberdiers. I guess it's halberdiers paladins. A few paladins, so it doesn't look quite as crazy. Let's put blue, excuse me, on view lock and see if it does anything. I think it's only going to show the actions from him. It won't actually... Yeah, so he just clicked the building, so it showed us that building. This APM is off the charts. But wow, what a game. What a game. I mean, maybe Red actually had to go somewhere. Like, you know, let's not paint Red as the bad guy. Maybe he had to go pee.
Hey there.
And then Blue unpaused
it. Vids for
I don't know.
Just subbed. Thanks for what you do. Low Elo.
Whoa, Andy paused again and unpaused. I mean, listen, if you have to go pee, you just resign and then go pee in this situation. To be fair, as Red, you're completely dead. I think Red's a little bit salty. Let's get some T90 salt in the chat. We don't use that too frequently. Because I never get salty. But yeah, I mean, that is really confusing for beginners. Like, they don't realize how to pause and unpause. And you can just leave them there the entire time. You think Blue is a little scummy? How? How? This game's over. It's 30. Like, Red isn't even moving. And Red's just trying to pause. If Red was trying to come back or whatever, I'd maybe disagree there. Like, obviously, the game's not over till it's over, but is Red trying to play? No, he's just trying to pause. Just pausing. Okay, so 24 population for Red. If I'm Blue, I don't even care. Like, I mean, when you're a noob, isn't it really fun to defeat someone? Because there's no pressure on you at that point. So it's 200 gold for every enemy villager to research spies. So it's 24 times 200. So 4,800 gold to get spies yet. So he has to kill more villagers before he can get that. But for now, clearing out the houses. Red's still not doing anything. If only we had spec chat, this game could be even better. I try not to get salty with spec chat. The biggest patch ever for DE, that's Microsoft's words, will be coming this weekend. And there are some really exciting things coming. You'll make sure you're here. I will be participating in a cool little event. I also have some cool YouTube videos planned. Oh, the final relic! I have a few YouTube videos planned as well to talk about the new patch and a few things coming with it. But please spec chat. Who is streaming that event? I don't know. I know I am, so I'll be live all day Saturday. I don't know everyone else's plans. It'll be a fun little event, but more than anything, it'll be cool to highlight the patch and hang out with you guys. I think spec chat is a bit of an invasion of privacy. People should be able to get salty in peace. Hey, mods, can you write down that person's username? I need to look at his profile. Thank you. At least we can get spec chat on recorded games. So, you're never safe. You're never safe. Drambo, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Doom Quaza donated 5. It says, hey, been watching on YouTube videos for years and just subbed. Thanks for what you do. Whoa, though. Thank you. How'd you make it in? You're in the process of watching a man defeat another. This game has slowed down quite a bit. I guess Blue can't find him? Oh, wait. Here we go. And surprise! Found him.
Hey, sir.
I remember when I was low rated, I really enjoyed hunting people down. Because at that point, I wasn't stressed out of my mind. Like, I'd leave one villager, I'd like wall it in. I'd make, man, I was pretty BM. I remember one time when someone did this to me. I walled in the vill, and then I placed towers around the vill, but I stopped all of them being built at 99%. Another pause from Red. And Blue unpauses, as he should. So I had like 50 towers.
Ready.
At 99% built, but I didn't actually build them. What's BM? Bad manners. What people are referring to. I really wonder if they're talking, but I don't want to fast forward 1 hour and 47 minutes of the recorded game to find out. I'm not rewatching this game, no. Someone else can do it, and then if there's conversation, take a few screenshots. Yeah, so maybe, I don't know. Maybe Red was having a rough day. Maybe he meant to pick Magyard. I don't know. And he got Britons instead. But GG. Okay, I need to look at this. So, Relic Gold. Relics obviously paid off here. Over 7,000 gold brought in with Relics. Research percent. I thought it'd be higher, but I guess Blue did then tech into infantry. For a while, though, it was probably 58% versus 30-something. Economically, 92,000 food for O. Teutons KD was pretty even, but man. Like, the waves of scouts. Incredible. And Red learned a very, very important lesson. AI army comps. Not so good. Streamlining towards 1 gold unit tends to be the best. I think with Britons, that's not what you should necessarily try and do. I think going for 2 units is great because Arbs, fairly cheap, and they have that amazing range, and then you could get a meat shield in front of the range, like Halberdiers, and their Paladins would have no chance. Show Society tab. Yep, here you go. I'm not sure if there's anything interesting here that you wanted to see. But the Vilhai's there. Total castles. Teutons